Every month, the game world goes weird, or maybe it doesn't go weird, maybe it just is. I mean, we're consistently able to do this series of videos, so I'm not going to dilly-dally here. Hi folks, it's Falcon. Today on gameranx, the weird gaming stories of November 2024. Starting off at number 10, scalpers are unfortunately having to admit defeat with the PS5. I really said that one like the local news. So remember when the PlayStation 5 originally launched? There was a huge hardware shortage. It caused scalpers to basically ascend entirely and make tons and tons of money selling a $500 console at like $1,500. Amazing money made. Well, the PS5 Pro has been released and, well, scalpers got it wrong. They bought PlayStation 5s and they tried their little scam, but not only is there not a shortage of PS5s due to the fact that the supply chain for PS5 parts is now working, but there's not really that much interest for the PS5 Pro, and I'll tell you why. It's a $700 console. I mean, there's no reason I should have to explain beyond that. It's a $700 console. I don't care how good it is. It's a $700 console. Game consoles you buy specifically because they are a relatively inexpensive, I'm not saying they're cheap or anything, but relatively inexpensive way to play games with a good configuration that gives you a standard of graphics that a PC at the same price could not match. Well, scalpers saw that price and they must have just been super excited. Like, oh my God, the response to this is going to be exactly the same. It's not like all of the world's material conditions are completely different, and it's not significantly more expensive from the get-go or anything like that. So they're selling them at a loss. Yep, that's right. Scalpers are now the superior way to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro because you can probably get it for less than $700 on an eBay auction because the demand for a $700 console isn't as high as people thought it might be. Oh, weird, right? Moving on to number 9. Yeah, so this is insane. People are making Red Dead Redemption 2 mods, and they're funny. Like, hey, you want to see Superman rescue Batman from a Joker gang who's been bullying him? Well, you can do that now. Also, yes, Superman can fly, but no, it is not graceful. It is the opposite of that. It is, oh boy, it is sloppy. Superman's getting old, I guess. Anyway, he saves Bruce, gives him some money, which is, I think, pretty funny. Superman giving Bruce Wayne some money. Tell him to get out of here. Get your mom someplace safe. It's funny. I like this. I mean, it doesn't stop at Superman saving Batman from a Joker gang, bullying him. I mean, that's just because Superman is Arthur here, and this is a part in the actual game. My daddy died. Yeah, Bruce. And you're afraid of bats, so you decided to take on your worst fear as your persona. We get it, Bruce. Now go on, kid, before I change my mind. And number 8, Konami revealed the voice actress behind Eva, you know, from Metal Gear Solid 3, which is also a prequel. Let's just say Metal Gear games are not chronologically sound. Eva was also in Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid 4. She was old, though. But I mean, this isn't the weird stuff, right? She was credited as the voice actress Suzetta Minette, or Minet. I'm not really sure how to say it because I've never said it out loud. The weird part is that she's Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Like the Disney one. The real Little Mermaid. That's Eva. That woman you've been ogling out in the jungle while you're trying to stop Colonel Volgan from using the Shagohod. Yeah, I'll give you a Shagohod. Yeah, this whole point was an excuse to say that specifically in the Solid Snake voice. Yes, I know, this is Naked Snake. It's not Solid Snake. This is the eventual boss. But anyway, the Little Mermaid lady, she's Ava, and she was concerned about her career because her voice work is always family friendly. And Snake Eater is, I mean, it's not like rated X or anything, but you're definitely forced into some sexual tension with this lady. So the director was like, maybe we change your name. So they changed her name. Bob's your uncle. You can Google her now. It's fine. Look at her. Look right down her shirt. You're supposed, like, they do that on purpose, okay? And number 7, some Marvel Rivals employees at NetEase were arrested in connection with a money laundering scheme. Apparently, they laundered around $139 million. Now, here's the trick. If you're getting away with money laundering, just stop now. Don't keep going. Just stop. Because now is the time to stop. You've been getting away with it. Don't keep growing the operation. Stop. that money might stay yours. But here's the thing about money launderers, they seem to never be able to stop at like 10 to 20 million dollars. It's always got to be above 100 million. Every time I see news about a money launderer, they always manage over 100 million, it seems like nowadays. Like, do you know what I would do with $1 million? With one? Well, I probably wouldn't do a lot with it. I'd probably stash it and, live exactly as I am right now, except for without the looming fear of bills. But apparently there were 28 different business partners that these guys were laundering money through. And when I say laundering money, I mean attempting to legally pass money around. They had contracts for the money laundering, apparently, which is stupid and weird. It seems like Marvel Rivals itself is unaffected by it, which is good because it actually looks fun. But yeah, money launderers' eyes are always bigger than their stomach. Always. And number 6, Elon Musk, I guess, is the best Diablo 4 player on Earth. I don't really fully understand how or why. A lot of people really hate him. I don't. He's just a guy. I mean, a guy with a lot of money, but a guy. I don't love him either. Don't get me wrong, but I think the intense hatred for Elon Musk is wasted energy. Basically, he did a 2-minute run of the Artificer's Pit. It is essentially the efficiency standard that players in the game are judged by. The top spot was, or I guess technically is, a 1 minute and 59 second run by a US player known as Resistance. But Elon posted a video of himself playing it in 1 minute and 52 seconds, which is obviously better, actually quite a bit better when you're considering speedrunning. And the only thing this really hinges on is if the run is accepted by the standard bearers that hold the keys to the rankings. And if they accept it, he's not only the number one player, he's the number one player by a wide margin, which is kind of crazy. Like, when does this guy sleep? At number 5, a new scale, like a body weight measuring device, a scale, has King of the Fighters 98 built into it. Absolutely one of the best fighters. Maybe not the king. I think Street Fighter 2 Turbo is the actual king. But King of Fighters 98 is a hell of a fighting game, and you can play it on the scale. Like, there's a screen on the scale, and you can plug a controller into it, and you can play King of Fighters 98. Why? I do not know. I mean, look at this thing. It's got King of Fighters 98 printed on it. Like, it's not just a game you can play on it. This is a King of Fighters 98 Dream Match Never Ends scale, okay? Now, the idea behind this is that if you really like something involving the scale, you're probably not going to kick it into the corner or stack it behind the toilet or something. But also, it's weird. At number 4, Kadokawa Corporation, the parent company of From Software, declared that they had gotten a letter of intent from Sony to buy all of the shares of the company, meaning Sony would own Kadokawa, which means they would own From Software. This is weird because Sony has kind of screwed up a little bit with studios. Not as badly as Microsoft, but they have cut about 8% of the PlayStation workforce in the last year. That includes Firewalk Studios, the team behind Concord, the live service object of everyone's hatred. That one got a ribbon when it came out, didn't it? So bad it just had to disappear after a couple of weeks. Can you bully a game off the internet? The answer is, I think, yes. But yeah, Sony is probably going to own From Software, and in owning From Software, I have to imagine they're attempting to right the ship. I wouldn't call Sony in total freefall in the way that sometimes it looks like Microsoft is, and if they can right themselves here, that's probably a good idea. I mean, owning From Software is probably not the worst notch you could put in your belt, but it would definitely be weird that they were no longer a third-party studio. They were a Sony first-party studio, especially considering Demon Souls. Like, does Sony want more Demon Souls? Who knows? And number 3, a billionaire waited outside of a supermarket to fight a Call of Duty guy. I mean, this is not an uncommon story. We've all heard of the whole absolute lunatic opponent on Call of Duty finds you in real life and fights you story. We've heard it a few times at this point. But in France, a billionaire was like, you know what? I'm a billionaire. This is going to look that much more nuts this time around. Now, here's the trick. The billionaire was not the Call of Duty player. In fact, the billionaire just owned the internet service provider that apparently lagged or did something that the player didn't like. So the player tweeted, Xavier Neal, the guy, I hate you. I propose a 1-versus-1 fight in front of the Little on Rue Saint in Marseille. Now, normally, when you challenge a billionaire to a street fight, the billionaire doesn't show. So He did this time around and started posting photos and videos saying, "Where are you? Come on. Do you want to meet in the car park?" And the Call of Duty player did not show up. I guess he chickened out. Like, I don't know. Can you not beat an old bald guy? It's one of those French taunter situations, I think. You can't really complain about it if you don't fight them. It sounds like you are le poser. And number 2, a home-owning couple, that's probably the most appropriate way to put it, sunk $1 million clams into building a LAN-optimized home. LAN's obviously not really how people do multiplayer nowadays, which is unfortunate because it is actually a fun thing to do, have a LAN party. These guys, they were like, we want a house that you have LAN parties in. Like some people build like weird sex houses with swings and crap like that all over the place. These guys, they went for something that was weird in a different way. And not weird because I think that it's bad or disagree with their decision. Although $1 million maybe could be spent in a slightly better way. I guess if you got it, it's your choice to do what you want with it. But now pretty much all of them can go hang out and play Left 4 Dead 2 or Team Fortress or something. And finally, at number 1, Gabe Newell in the old Half-Life anniversary documentary, he came out and said why there wasn't a Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Old Gaben said, "My personal failure was being stumped." He said he couldn't figure out why doing Episode 3 was pushing anything forward. Now, this should tell you everything you need to know about Valve. Valve is about mechanics. Narratively speaking, I have always been intrigued by the Half-Life story, but also the Half-Life story could not exist and it could not matter because I don't really know what is resolved in any of the Half-Life story. A couple of character plots get resolved, but nothing about the world or what's happening. I would argue that I keep getting more and more confused throughout the series, and then they just stop. Well, they didn't make Half-Life 2 Episode 3 because they needed to be able to do something that was mechanically much bigger and wilder than Half-Life had previously been able to accomplish. And although in the documentary they showed us there was an ice gun that you could slide on like Frozone, there were blob enemies that were super cool, they didn't consider it up to snuff, and they were like, well, you know what? Who cares? We'll do something else. And then they did something else for 20 years, and then they released this documentary with all of their tech, and it's like, well, why didn't you do that? You think that wasn't a big jump forward? What do you think we would have thought 20 years ago with that technology power? Nah. I hate to say it, but Gaben is wrong here, and that's weird. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter and book me on Cameo at Falcon Hero. We'll see you next time right here on gameranx.